But Mahomes, he came out, made his comments felt, and here's what he's looking for in an offensive coordinator.
There's names out there, but I think with especially how many vacancies there is at the head coaching job, you kind of have to let that all play out to see how you kind of build the staff. But I don't know, Coach Reed, if Coach Nagy is able to get another job, a head coaching job, that he'll have a good plan of who he wants to bring in. But for me, I just want someone that loves football, that cares about football, that wants to give everything they can to win. To hold people accountable and then to bring new ideas every single day. I think that's something that we have to continue to do if you want to continue to be great in this league. Is you have to continue to evolve and get better and better, and that's something that we will try to do here. And I want to get back to that winning culture of being accountable to each other and going out there and playing great football every single day, practice or game.
Sounds like Eric Bieniemy to me. I don't know. Other news inside Chiefs Kingdom, Chad O'Shea is now the wide receivers coach. We got Connor Embry, the hell on up out of here. I like this hire with O'Shea. He brings 3 Super Bowl rings to the table, none of which with the Chiefs. So he's got Super Bowl experience in other departments. He's coached Randy Moss, he's coached Julian Edelman and Amari Cooper. He seems to be a lot better fit and more experienced than what Embry was. Was hearing rumors of Rasheed Rice like jogging on routes, like Xavier Worthy not developing. Those are very problematic, dog. They are. And I just hope that this coach, this wide receiver coach, can teach these wide receivers to catch the ball from Mahomes. Different quarterbacks have different ways of which they teach their specific receivers on where they want them to be on certain routes, on certain timings, all the little nuances of the game. I just hope that because it just seems like there's a disconnect between this wide receiver room and Mahomes a lot of times. You see it on the deep ball. They for for whatever reason, the last 2-3 years, the deep ball has declined so much. They tried to pick it up this year, but it just did not work. And I think part of that is because the wide receivers were just not developing under Connor Embry. So O'Shea should definitely help out in that department. And another thing I want to talk about with Mahomes is that I want him to calm the down because and I know he wants to play. And I anticipated this with him with this injury about him, maybe possibly rushing back into action. It's like Mahomes, if he wanted to play like tomorrow, it seems like he would do everything in his power to try and go out and play tomorrow, even though your damn ACL or whatever it is torn in half. And I could just tell, man, he's gonna be itching to get out there on that field when September comes. And I just hope that the Chiefs brass will take control because if he's not 100% right, he goes out there and does something totally wrong on his knee, and then it might be a permanent issue, and then we don't have Patrick Mahomes forever now. So I just hope that the Chiefs brass are really, taking their time with this injury because it's a possibility that he's not out there week 1. I know that's his target date. And for now, everything is right on track with his injury and his rehab is going well or whatever. But man, look, especially with your knee, man, take your time. I wouldn't be mad if Mahomes didn't come back until October of next year because the injury happened so late in the season in 25. Just Patrick, temper your expectations just a little bit, dog. Some NFL playoff observations. And I don't know what y'all been watching. I pointed this out during the season last year. But it's clear what the Chiefs are missing. And if they had happened to just sneak into the playoffs this year, the Chiefs might have been a first round exit because the Chiefs don't have currently the defensive intensity that these other playoff teams have. We don't have the dogs on the defensive line to get after the quarterback like these other teams have. We don't have the offensive line right now to protect Mahomes from these ferocious ass defensive lines. Look at the Broncos and the Texans defensive line because the Texans got put out last week not because of their damn defense, I tell you that. But look at the Rams defensive line and Jared Verse and how he's getting at guys. Yeah, look at the Seahawks defensive line. Former Chief Jared Reed in there getting after it. Big Cat Williams in there getting after it. All of these teams that are left, including the Patriots, have a monster defensive line who can. It seems like you just press a button and they just get after the quarterback's ass. But the Chiefs are missing that. There are no dogs on that defensive line besides Chris Jones. Name another dog on that line. Omar Norman Lott, I would love to put him in that category, but we ain't seen him yet. We've only seen him in limited action. But Chris Jones, you point out another one. Noddy, no. Pennell, I love him, but no, not for real. Dana, no. Karloftis, no. I'm talking about rabid ass dogs on the defensive line who are foaming at the mouth and cannot wait to go attack the quarterback. And when they do, they do. The Chiefs don't have any home run hitters like that on the edge and haven't had that for since what, Frank Clark? Since what, Terrell Suggs when he signed on in what was that, late 19? The Chiefs got to get stronger, faster, more physical on that defensive line next year. And we just talked about this with Eric Bieniemy, a good ass running game to rely on. All of the teams left have a great running game. Denver, we know what they do with RJ Harvey. New England, Ramondre Stevenson and 32, I think Henderson, I think that's his last name. Both, great backs. Charbonnet, although he's hurt now for the Seahawks, him and Kenneth Walker, one of the best running back combos in the NFL. And the Rams, you got Kyron Williams. So the Chiefs have to get stronger in that running game. I think Andy Reid sees that, and I think that is why Eric Bieniemy is now the Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator again.